rubbing those hands together, taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out with a sigh. And one more time, breathing in. Relaxing the hands. Lifting the shoulders and squeezing the fists and then releasing. So lift, squeeze tight and relax. And lift and squeeze tight and relax. Let the chin come down to the chest as the chest lifts to meet the chin. And then look up towards the ceiling, gently stretching the neck. So develop the practice today of feeling what's happening in your body throughout your whole body. The movement practice itself will be fairly simple. It's a practice we call open the gates, and yet it's very powerful for the body to open all the areas where your natural life force energy might be restricted from flowing. Let's try the other way. So let's look over one shoulder and then over the other. Like you're making a very slow motion, no thank you. So the movement practices are fairly simple. And so you have an opportunity to gently guide your mind into the actual effects of the practice. So for example, with this one, it looks like I'm turning my head left and right, and yet my feet are also moving. Notice how your feet, even without your conscious awareness, are moving to help you stay balanced. And that's the key to all of this. It's the balance. And then so we bring this into our conscious awareness. And this is very soothing for the mind to be part of what's actually happening instead of our imagination or worries. So lift the shoulders up to the ears. Now we'll do some circles, looping the shoulders back. Start to breathe through your nose if it's clear. Breathing in, breathing out. It could be that the breath goes along with the movements, or it might not be. Either way is fine. Now let the circles become a little bit bigger. Let's choose one hand and let the elbows start to circle. And the wrist and the fingers are here as well. So let them bend and flex as the circle of that hand gets a little larger. Let the breath get a little deeper as the movement's there. And making the largest circle you can comfortably with the largest breath you can comfortably. Looking behind you now. Tracing the movement of your hand with your gaze. Now this last time, let that hand wrap all the way around you and bring your other hand across as you twist and look at the floor behind you. And relax. And the other side now, starting with the shoulder. So at first, the hand's not really doing much. And then it starts to get more engaged as the elbow lifts. Let your fingers be energized. As the circle gets bigger and as the cycle of breath gets bigger as well, until your entire arm is making an arc. Starting to turn your gaze as well, watching that hand come behind you. Breathing through the nose, noticing your feet. And then this last one, let it come all the way around and wrap around behind you as your other hand comes across, looking behind you at the floor. And relax. As I suggest these movements, please honor your own body and your own experience. If anything feels painful in any way, please stop and wait for the next thing. All of these movements have multiple effects, and it's okay to let a few go by. Good. Let's come back up to the face and smooth out the forehead using 3 fingers. Breathing out with a sigh as you ease out any tension from the forehead and the eyebrows. You can use your thumb, smoothing out the eyebrows and rubbing the bridge of your nose with your fingers and making some circles around the base of the jaw as you open and close your mouth. Pressing into any tight areas gently. And then left and right with your head now, so it's an ear to a shoulder. And this one feels good. So let's add in the hands for this one. So as your head tilts over, curl the fingers up towards it and press the other hand towards the floor away from you. And then gently move the head forward and backward until you find just the right place where there's a line of energy. And then the other way, so tilt the head, curl the fingers up, press the palm away, and then move your head forward and backward a little until you feel what it seems to you to be a good tension, or creating some tension or some traction. And then when we release it, it feels better. Going back to the first side. Now this time, breathe through the nose. You can use that quiet ocean breath if you'd like. And to the other side. Let's do one more each side. And in between, move your head. My neck just made a little adjustment that felt really good. And it did it on the release. Something let go. And to the other side. Bring all of your presence into these practices. Great. And shake it out. So the movements themselves will relieve stress and tension from the body, and then having your mind dwell inside your actual lived experience relieves stress and tension from the mind. Okay, it helps it settle and slow. Not that there's a problem with the mind being fast and going where it goes. However, the practice is to keep asking yourself, what am I feeling inside my body right now? Can I feel my whole body from the top to the bottom in every move? That'd be a very, very gentle guidance of the mind to tune in to what's happening here, slightly preferencing that over the past and the future. Shake out your legs. Let's bring the hands down to the hips. We'll be doing some today for the low back. Circling the hips around, rotating the waist. Now this one, you can definitely tell your whole body is involved. The legs are moving, the upper body's moving. What do you feel and where do you feel it? Let's go the other way. And back to the middle. Now bend and straighten both legs. Good. Let's bring the hands up in front as we bend the knees. We'll do that chair pose. Maybe you've done in yoga class. And then straighten and relax. So let this be a flow now. So the in-breath, hands float up, hips float down. Squeeze your core. Exhale to straighten. Let's build a little heat coming down as far as is comfortable. And then back up. It's been a little cold where I am. So my morning practice has been involving some things that make me feel extra warm. Bending and straightening. Now you can keep going with the bending and straightening, or you can come down to your place of comfort and take 10 breaths here. Lift the toes slightly, squeeze the perineum between the hips. Shoulders away from the ears, don't create tension there. Let your core do the work. And come to straighten. Good. Let's do a thorough shake now. Shaking the arm from the shoulder. See if you can have the arm have no tension in it, leaning over to the side so that it really can be loose. Shake it in a different way. Shake it in a different way. And try the other one. Hand by the side or on the waist. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it in a different way. Shake the elbow, shake the hand. Now, coming to one foot, you can be in the center of the room, or you could brace yourself on a wall and shake the leg. Or a chair. You can shake, you can press the tops of the toes into the ground. Let that whole leg be loose and find its own release. You can do a little left and right with it. If you're doing this one, you really need to engage that standing leg. Here's where you can tell that foot is working. Good. And try the other foot. Shake, shake, shake from the hip. Shake a different way. Press the tops of the toes into the ground. Good. All right, and then all of it together, bounce up and down, coming up off the floor, hopping. Let each hop bring the arms down, release the hands, run in place. Touch the opposite knee. Let your breath support this. Hello, little one. Juliet's not so certain about this one. Shake it out. What are you doing, Daddy? Are we playing now? Good. Let's take a moment to check in. Bring the hands up slowly to the side, palms up, and then exhale, let them slide down in the front of your body. Breathing in, gathering the chi. Earth chi meets sky chi, collects in your body, and creates a beautiful, magical, mystical integration of life force inside of you. One more time. Gathering sky chi, bringing it down. Feel like you're showering golden light down on your head and in your body. And let the hands come to rest below the navel on top of each other. Let your eyes lower or close. And look within and feel within and listen within. And relax. How do you feel after 15 minutes of movement and breathing and tuning in? 15 minutes of practice can be a nice way to start a day. We'll go into a few now that are really designed to help release and connect with the low back. Sometimes we have low back pain because we don't have a core that has been trained to be engaged. So for these next few, I'd encourage you to find a lift of the perineum, squeezing the muscles in the lower abdomen and the pelvic floor, and also to have the navel feel like it's a little bit in. Okay, so both are there, a little lift and a little in. This will stabilize your whole body, and it'll also stabilize the mind. And then start to swing one leg. Swinging the leg releases the low back. Try the other leg. Keep that core engaged as you swing and counterbalance with the arms. Good. And then bring the hands in loose fists by the shoulders. And as you inhale, arch the back, trying to bring in maximum low back curve. And then round the back, touching the hands and elbows together. Inhale and exhale. Full flexion and extension of the back, letting every vertebrae be equally involved. Relax your face. Breathing through the nose. Keep it easy. Don't push yourself too much. Don't try too hard. Let's add in a twist here. So as you inhale, turn to look over one shoulder. And then as you exhale, come on back to the middle. So lift up and turn. And exhale to the center. Just to the edge of where you're feeling something in your low back. We're doing rhythmic, dynamic movements to release tension. We're not doing long holds in these poses. Let this be a meditation. Tune into your whole body all at once. Good. All right. Coming back to the middle. All right. Check your feet. Let them be a little wider than hip width apart, and the knees are slightly bent, and the hips are a little tucked in. This is called the quad, this area. So it's not a sway back. There's a balanced. We say that our Qigong is balanced like a cat. There's a balance here. And then bring the hands up to in front of the heart, and then press the hands away from each other like you're pushing weight. And then come on back through. We're not quite straightening the elbows. You can look forward or you can look up. And let your breathing find either pattern. Inhale to the extension or inhale to the center. Be curious about which of those finds you today. Does it feel better to inhale into the extension? You're welcome to try the opposite. Come to the middle. Let there be a half a breath cycle. And then switch. So either inhaling into the extension or exhaling. Which one feels good for your body today? Now let your mind go with the breath. So let's play a little game here. So relax for a moment. So as you inhale, breath comes in, right? So bring your attention to your center. And as you exhale, breath is moving out. So letting your breath go to whatever feels like the extension. So for example, if I'm reaching up and breathing out, I can bring my mind to my hands and then inhale like I'm gathering, and then exhale. And then inhale like there's a compression, collecting, and then exhale out to the hands. We'll do this one for a few rounds, and then we'll try the opposite so you can see the difference for yourself. Inhale, collecting energy to your center, lift the core to meet it, and then exhale, pushing the hands apart like there's great weights there. Breathing through the nose. Feeling your hands on the exhale, feeling your center on the inhale. All right, so let's come to the center and we'll do the opposite. So now we're going to inhale into the extension and exhale to the center. So take a breath in and out, and then inhale. And then exhale, release. And then inhale, breathing into your side. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to the extension, filling your body with energy. Exhale, relax. And a few more on your own. All right, shake it out. Let your Qigong practice always be an exploration coming from a place of curiosity. Let's release all of this with knocking on the door of life. Hips, feet wider than hip width apart, turning from your waist and hips. Letting the arms wrap around and knock into all different parts of your waist, your hips, belly, and your low back. Dipping through the middle, letting the knees be soft and springy. Balanced like a cat. Rooted like a tree. Don't twist your knees too much. Let this be an upper body movement. This will help your back release. Oh, and let it slow down. And let the hands float now as you move side to side, letting your vision become 180-degree vision. So you're seeing your full peripheral as you float the hands, moving the palms in the same direction. So as you turn side to side, your hands are staying in front of you because the waist is turning. We'll do a few now that are designed to be a meditation. So you want to have the least amount of effort possible and allow these movements to happen. Let the energy that you've created and circulated, let the natural movement of the breath guide these movements. Try to release the shoulders, release the arms from any gripping or holding. Now, as you turn to the side, let a hand now float up and come across in front of your throat as you turn. And then the other hand comes up and guide it. So we're turning from the waist and the hips so that the hands are staying in front of the heart area as it turns and comes across and then floats down. This one's called cloudy hands. So one hand comes down as the other hand comes up, and then you turn and the hands float. Slow it down, drop into the breath. Don't think too much. And feel your whole body floating like a cloud. Effortless, beautiful, soft. Giver of the life-giving rain. Not today, though. Today it's soft and fluffy. Make sure you don't let your shoulders lift when your hand lifts. Shoulders stay down as far as possible. And tune into the feeling of your hands moving in your energy field. Reconnect with that peripheral vision, seeing everything all at once, and feel everything all at once. Maybe the eyes want to close. Always your choice in that one. Bring your attention to your hands. Let the hands be full of expression, like they're doing their own dance. It doesn't matter what the hands are doing. Let them move intentionally, like they're expressing something. And let your mind now be in the hands. And let the movement start to be a little smaller. And let the palms of the hands face each other a little more now. And we'll turn this into playing with the chi ball. So there's like a rotation. And then the palms come across, still facing each other. And then a rotation. Make sure your knees are soft. That helps the chi circulate. Now explore how far apart your hands want to be to feel that energy between them. Use your imagination if you don't feel it right away. Pretend that your hands are alive and they're communicating with each other. What are they saying? What are they feeling? Let the movements and the circles and the rotations become a little smaller, a little less turning. And smaller still. Let the hands stay more in front of you and down low in front of your hips. And then let's find a way to let them become almost completely still. Maybe one's above the other and below. Try to stay connected with that, the feeling between them. Whatever your felt sense is of this, let it be enough. there be a downward slope to the forearms. Knees are bent slightly, shoulders are away from the ears. Eyes are wide, hands are breathing. Relax your face. Breathe in and out of your hands. Notice if your hands feel warm or tingly or pulsing or somehow more present than you might normally experience your hands. Bringing these beautiful, giving, healing hands now to cover the navel. And we'll start to make very small circles, letting the heel of the hand draw a circle right around the navel, coming up on the right and across and down on the left. As you go around slowly, pressing just a little bit, only so it's comfortable. And as you go around, let the circles become a little larger. Still keeping the knees and shoulders relaxed. Still keeping your eyes seeing everything. Until the circles are as big as they want to be. And then a little bit smaller. And a little smaller until they're back to tiny little circles. And staying still with the feeling, the belief, the knowing that these hands are healing hands. You can leave one hand where it is and let the other hand slide up the middle line until it's resting on the high heart area. And receiving healing from your hands. Let your body open to the natural healing capabilities that you are. And lightly tap the thymus, which is right behind the sternum, the palm of the hand. And then bring that hand across and let the other hand gracefully peel open to receive as you tap with a cupped hand down the inside of the arm and around the wrist and up the outside of the arm. And across where the hands switch right over the heart area and the other hand peels open to receive the stimulating, tonifying energy circle. Down the inside, up the outside. Moving your head and neck in a way that feels good and accepting, and then change. Imagine this is a figure 8. Going at your own pace. And as we move to the legs, please allow the forward bend to be done in a way that's comfortable for your back. So you may bend the knees as much as you like. You may find your body enjoying the hamstring stretch and wanting to linger down there. If it hurts your back at all, then please skip this one, okay? Bringing the hands now to the low back and give that a little rub, and then starting to tap that same way down the outside of the legs as you bend forward, bending the knees as much as you would like. If this forward fold feels good to you, you can linger here, hands on opposite elbows. Or you can keep going, bending the knees to roll on up, tapping the front of the thighs, knocking on the hips, and then circling around the back again. Okay, so you can bend as much as you need to, coming down and up with a strong core. And then if you'd like, you can do the dangling and let the back stretch and the back of the leg stretch. And then coming on up. Ooh, let's take a few minutes for integration. You can come to lie down if you have a space for that. You're welcome to use a chair to come to sit. Find a place of outward stillness. You can put on a layer if it's a little cool where you are. And make yourself supremely comfortable. Your body has an inherent natural healing ability, and we have just done some very powerful work to loosen, to open, to direct. So now you get to let go for the next few minutes. Let go of your mind. Let it journey wherever is interesting. Let go of your body. Let the breath become a little slower. Eyes can be opened or closed. And then bring your attention to your right foot, relaxing the right foot. Noticing the right ankle and relaxing it. Noticing the right calf and shin, the right knee, the right thigh, the right hip, and relaxing the whole of the right leg. Noticing your left toes and your left foot, relaxing your left foot and your left ankle. Noticing the shin and the calf. Relaxing the knee. Relaxing the thigh. Relaxing the left hip. And noticing the whole of the left leg all at once. Noticing your right fingers and your right hand, your right wrist, your right forearm and elbow. Noticing your right arm and shoulder. Relaxing the right arm. Noticing the left fingers, left hand, left forearm and elbow. Noticing the left shoulder and the whole of the left arm. Relaxing your stomach, solar plexus, chest, and shoulders. Relaxing the throat and the face and the top of the head. And noticing your body all together, the whole body, releasing the whole body. And you can start to move your fingers and your toes. Taking a nice full breath in and out. Turning your head left and right. And you're welcome to rest a little longer, to come to sit, to meditate, or to conclude practice with me. Rolling over to your side. Using your hands to help yourself up. You can bring both hands to cover your heart. And thank yourself. Thank your body. Thank your breath. Thank your mind. And give thanks to whatever it is that brought you to these practices and that brought you to class today. And I thank each of you for giving me this gift of an opportunity to share these practices with you. Thank you all, and I'll see you in class soon.